life. Sometimes so much is compressed into such a little word. At Cedarville University, students experience both the joys and challenges of life while focusing on all that college has to offer. Listen along with our host, Allie Kinner, as we take a deep dive into those life experiences with 4 Cedarville students. Eliana, Andrew, and Aspen continue their 1,000 days as a sophomore, junior, and senior, while Chloe joins them as our new freshman. Romans 8:28 reminds us that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him. This is 1,000 Days, a Resound Radio podcast. Andrew!
Allie.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
You okay?
I'm fine, yeah.
I'm so glad. All right, we're going to start with good news because Lakers update at the beginning.
Yes.
Hit me with it.
So the Lakers are doing really well. As the regular season is reaching its last 30 or so games, they are still doing pretty well, still in the top 5 of the West. I'm looking forward to seeing them in the playoffs. I'm hoping they do make it to the finals. I'd be very, very happy if they do. But I will not be heartbroken if they do not, because it is just a game.
Yeah. But moving on from our Lakers update, you have had scheduling success.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, this is the first semester where I was able to actually register for all of the courses that I had set out on my schedule beforehand. It feels really, really nice being able to finally say that because I am, as I've mentioned before, I'm at the point where I do not really have much liquidity in my schedule.
Yeah.
I can't move things around and shift things. So it's very nice being able to finally say, hey, I picked these 19 hours and I get to take them. So it's nice.
Yeah. And you are also master's level courses, question mark?
Yes. So that, there was a little bit of a scheduling conflict, surprise, surprise, with a course that I actually wasn't able to take last year because, or maybe it was this year, it was supposed to be one of them. I was supposed to take an intro to business analytics course, but because they have people waiting until just before they graduate to take this course, I wasn't able to get into it. So what had happened was they should offer it in the spring of 26, is it? And I take that as well as a master's level course at the same time because this, I think it's a 2,000 level course, is a prereq for a 4,000 level course that'll only be offered in spring of 28.
Oh.
So a year after I graduate. So I take a master's course at the same time, which is nice because whenever I go to get my master's, God willing, that'll also transfer in. So that'll be one less thing that I have to worry about going forward.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But you and your roommate Noah, complete gear change. So here at Resound, we have DJs and we have DJ shows. And you and Noah are doing a roommate one. So go ahead and talk to me about Late Night Lounge.
So the Late Night Lounge is the only show that we currently have on Resound. It's also a little bit of a record breaker, if you will, because it is the first night show that Resound has ever had. And basically, we do a lot of things, mainly roommate-centered, because that's the whole gist of the show. We do things like Roommate Court, which is where we take a problem that a pair of roommates are having, very, very small problems. So like the one that we had this week was 2 roommates. One spends like $1.50 on 6 bottles of water apiece and drinks like half of them.
But
then just leaves them everywhere. So like little annoying things like that. We take it and then we just kind of blow it out of proportion. We also have like music reviews, which is very nice for Noah because he gets to ask me a whole bunch of trivia about a whole bunch of artists that I have no idea about.
And Noah is our music director here at Resound. So he selects all the music and coordinates like when they play and all the things. So he has a cool job with music.
He does. He's had a little bit of advantage at that. But then we also have sections where we try and stump each other. So I ask him, do I prefer hot or cold temperatures? Do I prefer this? Do I have allergies? Things like that.
And that airs 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. every weekday.
Eastern
time. That's weird. I feel so cool saying that. 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
Monday
we end
through
the show.
Friday.
We try and end the show at least by saying good morning because it's out of the norm being able to say that. But it also is morning because I think Tuesday's episode finished at 11:57.
Oof.
So it was good morning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild for sure. So what we're saying is if you're listening to this podcast episode, you should totally tune in whenever you're doing late night studies and cram sessions before exams because what better thing do you have to do besides study?
And listen to the Late Night Lounge.
Exactly. So, moving on, back to education because why not? So the APEE, American Private Enterprise Education, Board.
Yes, so
Yes.
Appy. It's the conference that I'm going to in Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make a poster board for it, and I've been making that continuously. I also kind of realized that because I wrote the paper that I'm basing things off of, that I can just kind of put like bullet points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I have the bullet point, I can explain it. Because there's, I think, 12 sources I have for it.
Well, daggone.
I remember I read a whole book for the history section, but I'll have to skim through the paper. But that's going well. I just want to give a little bit of an update on that because I'm getting really excited for that.
Yeah.
I leave April 5th and I return April 9th.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And then also online classes. You are known to always be taking some sort of online class, whether it's at Cedarville or another university.
Yes.
So talk to me about online classes.
So the 24th, I believe that was a Monday,
Mm-hmm.
I started Survey of Asian Empires with Grand Canyon University.
Yes, and how's that?
It's good so far. We've done basically nothing, but it's still a good class. For example, today I did a discussion question over some Chinese emperor and I know, shocking for Asian empires, but and his impact in assimilating with Chinese culture because he wasn't Chinese, like his clan wasn't like Chinese, like traditional Chinese.
Yeah.
But then also how like barriers to trade increased Chinese like ethnocentrism,
Okay.
things like that. So yeah, it's a nice little art course that I can kind of go in and talk about and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are also ending some classes as well.
Yes.
So which classes are you ending and you've completed? They're done?
I completed, what was it? I can't remember which one I completed at this point, but it's nice to be able to say I've completed another course.
Mm-hmm.
I completed this one through Liberty. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it's weird being able to stagger the courses because with all the courses I've taken this semester, I've taken 26 credit hours.
Tag on.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until I sat down and did the math, but there's another year done.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have taken me 6 years to do, 6 or 7 maybe, to do my current plan. And because I've sat down and done so much, I am able to graduate in 4.
Aye. Good gravy. That brings me to your summer schedule.
Yes.
What did it look like?
Summer schedule, it's I think 17 credits, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 Chinese classes, Intro to Elementary Chinese 1 and 2, because that's a language cognate for global business. So that's 8 credits right there.
Yeah.
Those won't be super bad. But I also have Intro to Financial Planning with Liberty, so that one will also be fun. That's another 8-week course. And then I actually have 2 courses here at Cedarville. I have Theo 2, and I have Principles of Accounting 2.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Not necessarily the accounting part, but I'm praying that since it's through Cedarville, I'll have a better experience than I did through the community college that I took Principles 1 through, because that class was awful. For example, my mom has been an accountant forever and ever and ever, and she even thought the class was awful.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this one's a little bit different and a little bit better.
Yeah. And then where we are coming up on the end of this semester, at least, go ahead and talk to me. How are you feeling towards the end? And then also, is there anything that you want to accomplish in the next few weeks?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited that another semester is coming to a close. I'm also shocked that it's coming to a close because time just flies.
Yeah.
Especially the spring semesters. You know, the fall one drags on and on and on. It feels awful. Feels like it'll never end. But the spring one goes by like you blink and it's over.
Agreed.
There's nothing I really want to accomplish per se. Scheduling would have been the big thing. I guess just finishing with all A's is my main goal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that is all that I have in this really speedy episode, to be so for real. But thank you for talking with me. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
And we'll get a life update, and it'll be swell.
Yes, it will.
Yes, thank you.